Hey guys, are you ready for some football? Well, this is Cal Lee with GamerHub TV, and on Sunday, February 3rd in New Orleans, Louisiana, Mercedes-Benz Superdome, it'll be the Baltimore Ravens versus the San Francisco 49ers. One team will walk away with the Lombardi Trophy, and we're going to give you our pick on who's going to come out on top. So stick around as we get you Maddenized for Super Bowl XLVII. The Niners will have plenty of chances to expose the Baltimore Ravens secondary. But to do that, Kaepernick has to be definitive and allow the pistol offense to create windows of opportunities in getting the big play. And though the big play may yield touchdowns, for the Niners, big plays can result in anything that moves the chains, especially against the Ravens defense that has allowed the opposition to successfully make their third down conversions 55% of the time during their playoff run. Wideouts Michael Crabtree, Ted Ginn, and the self-proclaimed greatest receiver of all time, Randy Moss, must run their routes to precision and create space off the line of scrimmage against the Ravens cornerbacks. The Ravens defensive secondary, led by Ed Reed, will come with different looks to mask their base 3-4 defense with the nickel and dime personnel that can cause disruption in the timing of Kaepernick and his receivers. The X factor to the passing game for the Niners will lie in the hands of their Pro Bowl tight end, Vernon Davis. He's going to have to be that guy that exposes the in-seam and out routes, creating havoc. Davis stands between the Niners as being the best possible mismatch against the Ravens. The Ravens defense will look to shut down Davis. Over the regular season, the Ravens defense has only allowed 2 touchdowns by tight ends. Linebackers Terrell Suggs, Donnell Ellerbe, Ray Lewis, and Courtney Upshaw will have their hands full trying to keep number 85 at bay. One of the big questions that's been asked is, can Colin Kaepernick make the necessary throws if forced to drop back and pass? Well, maybe these statistics might help shore up those doubts. Over the last 9 games played, Kaepernick has thrown for over 2,300 yards, averaging over 255 yards per game in the pass. He's also thrown for 230 plus yards in each of his last 4 games, including the 2 postseason games recently played against the Green Bay Packers and the NFC Championship game against the Atlanta Falcons. Not since Tim Rattay in 2004 have the Niners had the luxury to air out the football with such poise and consistency. If the Ravens think the 49ers have any plans to deter from using the pistol offense, they'll need to think again. In the regular season, the 49ers have used the pistol or read option 37 times per game, and out of those 37 times, 14.5 of those attempts per game have been through the rush. Whether Frank Gore or fullback Bruce Miller is running that football for the 49ers, keep in mind that they yield 7.8 yards per rush. What does that mean? It means it's another added weapon that the Ravens will have to account for. The backbone for what makes this work is Jim Harbaugh's offensive line, the 5 that he calls the Big Uglies. While the attention will be focused on the 49ers and the Ravens' offensive capabilities, keep in mind this may still come down to defense. The Smith boys, Justin Smith and Aldon Smith, will have to set the table early. They thrive off of the big play, the big sack. Aldon Smith is due for some sacks. Since Justin Smith has gone down, he has not recorded a sack since, and he'll be looking to get at Joe Flacco early. Patrick Willis and Navarro Bowman will be beasting and feasting on Flacco's hesitance when throwing the ball in the middle. Look for him to rock the Ravens receivers if they cross. The Baltimore Ravens defense has heard it all. They're old, they aren't as athletic, and they aren't as feared. And let's face it, this isn't the Ravens defense of 2004, and I'm sure Ray Lewis can attest to that. But something can be said for what the Ravens defense has accomplished, putting themselves in a position for this Super Bowl. The defense is instinctive, and they're experienced, and most of all, they're respected, and respect goes a long way. The Ravens D will face their greatest challenge in containing Colin Kaepernick. The Ravens will need to force the Niners to commit turnovers. Their lack of athleticism can be offset by being smart and forcing the Niners to make mistakes, because they love the big play. They'll also need to blow up the pistol offense. Knock Kaepernick, Gore, and LaMichael James to the ground. Make them feel the Ravens D of old. Make them feel the pain. Everyone speaks of this being Ray Lewis's last ride, and while I'm sure walking away with the trophy is great, his greatest accomplishment may be proving the critics wrong, that his defense is good enough to stop a juggernaut like the Niners offense. While the Ravens have been riding the arm of Joe Flacco, the key to their success will lie in running the football with Ray Rice. Now I'm sure offensive coordinator Jim Caldwell is tempted to let Flacco air it out against the 49ers secondary, and why not? Flacco has completed 10 passes for throws over 21 yards or deeper in this year's postseason. He's only had 8 altogether in the first 9 postseason games he's played. While people may see shades of a gunslinger, Flacco knows where he wants to go with the football. In the red zone, Flacco is 3 for 3 in completions to Anquan Boldin in the end zone in this postseason run. So don't be surprised if Flacco leans heavily on Boldin to get 7 much-needed points, because for the Ravens to keep up with the 49ers, they can't afford to win scoring 3. So what do we make of all of this? The 49ers and the Ravens seem like evenly matched teams, but I think it's going to come down to some critical plays. And not for 1 second do I think that this game is going to be a blowout. I think it's going to be a lot closer than even we can call it. The simulator has the 49ers completely dominating the Ravens, but I don't think that's what's going to happen. I know Jim and John Harbaugh, respectively, will make their imprint on the game, something that no simulator can replicate. It's why we call this the Harbaugh. I think it's going to come down, and I think it's going to be pretty close. And probably what will go down is one of the most thrilling Super Bowls. I'm calling it 35-28. Your Super Bowl XLVII champions will be the San Francisco 49ers. This is Cal Lee for GamerHub TV, and you've just been Maddenized. Enjoy the game.